Hi guys, and welcome back to episode 14 of the Neighbours podcast. Today we have our special guest, Narpha.
Narpha.
Editor extraordinaire, all the way
Yes.
from Germany.
From German.
And where are we right now today?
And right now we are in the authentic German town that can be found locally in South Australia, Adelaide, called Hahndorf.
Hahndorf. And today we've been enjoying the experience of Hahndorf, haven't we, Mr. Narpha?
Yes. We've been dressed
That's all
up.
right.
It's all right, yeah.
That's all right, yeah.
Just so you know, Narpha is a man of few words, so we're going to try and bleed him dry of every word he has today.
Which will probably be about 6 words. So
If he smiles, we've done something right.
Yeah, that's right. Now we've put on the traditional German outfits, the lederhosens.
Yes, and Narpha did not want to wear it.
No, he didn't.
I'm wearing something German.
Well,
so
I have your hat here that you refuse to wear.
Narpha reminds me of what I can only describe as probably your local drug dealer with how he dresses.
Yeah, and his little fanny pack.
He carries around this little fanny pack. It's so cute.
Yeah, we went out to the Adelaide 500 recently, and he looked like he was selling pingers to the young kids. Is it pingers a term?
Maybe I did.
It used to be called a term.
I don't
It
understand
used to be called pingers.
Are they called pingers?
Yeah, we're probably already demonetized for talking about drugs in the first
Well,
30
I'm not
seconds.
trying
It's
to talk
fine.
about drugs. I'm trying to describe someone that sells drugs, what they look like.
Anyway, so Narpha's been now with us for a good part of a week, actually.
Yeah, how are you feeling, Narpha?
Good.
Yeah, man, a few words right there.
Yeah, can you
I
elaborate?
tried to do my best.
Okay, well, what has your experience of Australia been like?
It was fine. It was good. It was like Australia reminded me a bit of Europe compared to the US.
Yeah, to the US, yes.
Yeah, US is, I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird.
We've discovered that you're allergic to everything.
That's pretty much
I'm
true.
surprised you're able to sit here right now.
The first
No,
the
a
4
lot
to
of
5
flowers,
days,
yeah.
I thought you were dying.
So we got Narpha into
Every
Australia.
single day, basically.
It was a Thursday evening.
It was a Thursday evening, and oh my God, was he stuck in customs?
And then, yeah, I was about to walk out and
You
tell him to get a
were.
taxi. After we got him back home and we got up the next day, we went out to the farm,
Yes,
the old Pestily Ranch.
the old Pestily Ranch.
And it was quite an enjoyable experience.
It was a great experience. It was so hot.
It was really hot.
You tried to kill me, basically.
And I took him out into the farm, into the wilderness,
Yep.
and said, walk.
That's right. We did. We did a stream walking.
We did.
Yeah.
And he sneezed the whole way.
He
We got back and
sneezed.
his nose was bright red. Rudolph.
That's so not the snakes are the danger or the spiders, the pollen are.
The pollen.
The pollen is the danger.
Yeah, that's the worst thing about Australia, probably the most dangerous one.
Yeah.
But it's good. You had a pina colada.
We had a pina colada that night.
It was alright,
It
yeah.
was great, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then
it
you had a
tasted like
cruiser.
slushy.
He
What a
he had, what was it, a vodka and raspberry cruiser.
It was. Did you like that?
Was it a cruiser or a breezer?
It was a cruiser.
It was a cruiser.
Yeah, it was good. It was like a soda basically with alcohol.
It was.
And
Yeah.
I like sweet stuff.
You
so-
barely tasted the alcohol.
Yes.
Yes.
Whoever's editing this, which I'm assuming it's you,
Fuck me.
I hope you enjoy those sounds of cars driving past.
I think it should be fine.
Fuck
should
you,
be fine.
Narpha.
Yeah,
Dad.
stuff you, Narpha.
Future me.
Yeah.
It's the problem of my future. So like
Yeah.
of my future me basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, whatever.
So you shot some guns. How was that?
It was okay.
Yeah.
It was like. Yeah.
He got 3 out of 4 clays in the
He
first batch of clays.
It
He was
was.
really excited. He
So-
thought he owned the place.
I mean, I wasn't excited. You were excited
No,
because
you were
I
excited. You
wrecked
turned
all
around.
of you.
I saw you. You turned around and gave me that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I hit all of them. 3 out of 4
Yeah.
for the first try.
Ah,
and you
good.
missed like the other guy missed like 2, and it was like
I don't
later,
miss.
dude.
What I want to know is people listening to your sentences so far, if they feel like you sound like a vampire, like we've been describing you as.
Yeah, because
Hello.
Narpha has been our resident vampire for now.
Yes.
If anyone's seen the movie,
Hotel Transylvania.
what they do in the shadows, what
Yeah,
we
yeah.
do in the shadows,
Yeah,
or
uh-huh.
what we do in the evenings,
Yeah,
or
Yeah.
something,
From the Flight of the Conchords crew.
he is exactly one of the guys out of that.
Yeah.
Not really, no.
No.
You're just mocking me.
No, me.
Yes, we are just mocking you,
You're
but we're
just
having a
mocking
great
me.
time.
We're mocking you seriously.
Now, we did all the Australian things. We went to a farm. We shot some guns. We went for a bushwalk.
And we took him to the V8.
And then we took him to the V8
supercars.
supercars with all of the mullets
Yeah.
and like all sorts of things. How was that for you?
It was okay.
You got an
I was waiting for that. It was okay.
It was okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
It,
Just
it wasn't as exciting.
he
It
does.
was-
He does not know
I
how to
used to
compliment.
motorsport, so
he doesn't know how to give compliments.
If Ryan's watching this, which I doubt he is, but
No.
if he is,
it was
My
amazing.
It was
dad-
amazing.
It was
It was
amazing.
Oh yeah.
It was
I
amazing.
mean, it was pretty nice.
Look, I
It was
insulted
very
Ryan
nice.
to his face, so I don't know if we've still got a connection there or not. Love you, Ryan.
I think his girlfriend might like you at least.
Okay, I hope so.
We can still play Catan.
I hope we get to play guitar with them. Now, he really struggles to give compliments. I made him the most delicious, authentic Italian meal from my people.
it was fine.
And it was fine.
It
and
was
then his
fine.
next response was, I didn't really like the pickles in the spaghetti. And I was like, the pickles in the motherfucking what? So he thought the zucchini was spaghetti. So
It wasn't zucchini. It was something else.
It was zucchini. It was
It was
100.
pepper or something. It was pretty sour.
What, the
it
red
tasted like
was,
pickle.
Was it red or was it
It was green. It was green.
That
it looked
was
like pickle.
a zucchini.
It looked like pickle.
Because it had
Like
been
a pickle.
fermenting the red sauce.
I don't know. You did something wrong.
You remember when we started this podcast, just before we started, we said we should get a glass of water, a bottle of water.
Yeah.
I really want a glass of water now.
Intermission.
No intermissions. So, what's it like working for me?
It's fine. It's the best thing ever.
Have we said that he's the editor?
It's the
Hey, editor.
amazing.
Like people know his job title.
Yeah,
We're
it's
not
an
just
editor.
like, this is our German friend, and
It's
then you're
that
like,
German
how does it
editor,
feel
I
to work
said.
for me?
Narpha.
Okay, German editor, cool. No.
No, that's the podcast. Great seeing everyone.
Yeah, nothing to talk about me.
No, we've got heaps to talk about. You've just got nothing to talk
Yeah, you can talk between each other. I'll just sit here and just like.
No, we'll bring you into it.
All right.
Mm.
Well, let's go back to the Adelaide 500 then.
Yeah.
That was an experience.
It was an experience.
I've never seen the 500 or any race car, but there was a certain demographic of people there, and those people were excited people.
I know. And to be honest, we did not fit in.
No, not at
We
all.
were the opposite of fitting in.
We were very much.
We were very much like two people dressed as Germans in an Adelaide German town. Didn't fit in.
correct. So many people are wanting photos of us
I
today.
know. Everyone thinks we're like tour guide
Yeah.
people, and
We've had many Americans or Canadians come
Yeah.
up to us asking for photos.
except for David.
Except for David. Nobody
I'm
wants a
used
photo
to it,
with a
you know.
real German.
No.
No.
It's like you could get a photo with a German. No, we just want you in the outfits.
So we went to the Adelaide 500, and we went obviously as at the invitation of the Walkinshaw team,
Yes.
where we met Ryan.
And I did the hot lap.
You did that was awesome.
I live streamed racing around the racetrack in the car.
And that's never been done.
Never.
Nor will it be done again.
Probably not.
No, and what's great is after you release that footage, what was it?
Supercars.
Supercars?
They got some like handy cam footage from a
Yeah.
GoPro or some shit and said,
And-
you wouldn't get it this view normally.
No. And then other people were like, didn't someone just live stream it
Yeah.
the day before? So we feel pretty privileged for that. So thank you to Brian.
Yeah, I think I might make a cheeky little YouTube video out of that.
I think you should. We're going to thank the
Chaz.
Chaz.
Yeah.
We love the Chaz.
I'm going to hit him up, see if he wants to do some iRacing.
racing. You should.
Yeah, I need an iRacing setup.
Does that mean I have to figure out how to get an iRacing
No,
setup?
I think I'll figure it out because I don't trust you in anything electronic.
No, you should not. No.
But I can't argue to my wife how I'm going to like justify spending like another $10,000 on computer
Alright.
gear.
Think of it like this. So it's $10,000. Why don't we just stream $10,000 worth of
iRacing?
iRacing? And
I could.
Then you justify it.
I could.
And
you know,
you know what?
this is a bit off topic, but on topic at the same time.
Yeah.
Shroud this morning. He's a very well-known streamer
Yeah.
and YouTuber
Do you
and
know who
content
Shroud
creator.
is? Sorry, we're just
Yes.
going to keep involving
Yeah,
it.
He's a human robot.
Okay.
Obviously.
You know the
Even
human
aimbot.
robot?
I'm not you.
Okay.
So
Shroud this morning was getting racing lessons
Oh.
from a Formula One driver.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, Chaz could do that to me.
Yeah. Well, let's do that then.
Yeah, I reckon I should.
We've got the new
What would
game
it-
house as
you
well.
know how interesting it would be if I got better than Chaz?
Sure, I like to dream big too.
Imagine.
Do you think Ryan would let you drive his next race, was it? To replace the Chaz?
I think if I got to a point where Ryan trusted me, he'd let me drive the car.
Yeah.
But I'd have to prove it. Like,
So we'd
Ryan,
have to- we'd have to
what
get him
time
drunk.
do I need to get on iRacing on a track?
And
You
how-
speak to Chaz.
All right, I'll speak
Right?
to
No,
Chaz.
no. I'll say, Ryan, speak to
Okay,
Chaz.
good.
Tell him what time do I need to get on a track for you to trust me to drive your race car.
What, just as a practice or a
Like,
lap?
not on a fucking race, just
Yeah.
like somewhere
I
elsewhere.
don't think we need to get a time. I just think we need to get Ryan drunk.
Maybe.
I think that's what we need to do.
We'll take him to a nice meal.
We'll take him to a nice meal.
Yeah.
Okay. And what
Well,
if we let him win Catan?
No, we're not letting anyone win Catan.
You know, you and I
Can't
have some,
risk the world championship just to
you've
a
lost your
potential
you lost
race
your
win.
championship.
Listen,
I'm listening to someone who lost the world championship.
we're talking about something else right here. Okay.
Poor Narpha's just sitting in between us, like, why the fuck
Yeah,
am I
like
doing
I'm
this?
just sandwiched.
You're,
Like
you're the
always.
meat between our bread.
Yes, 2 German pieces of bread.
So what I'm trying to say is, I reckon if I got to a point, or if they gave me a point where I have to train up to, I would
Yeah.
do it. I would 1,000% do that.
Okay. I don't think I would be able to do it.
I would want to do it on a track that's not the Adelaide track though. Like I want to
What,
do
the
it like
Taylor
Phillip
Bend?
Island. Yeah, or Taylor Bend. Somewhere where if I actually did fuck it, like as in like take a corner badly, I'm not hitting into a fucking wall.
Yeah.
Like I want to be like, shit. All
Yeah.
right, look, went on the grass a little bit there. That kind of sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I would race the ladder behind you.
That ladder is never getting started again
No.
until we do our trip.
Yes. Oh,
No, we have
gosh.
2 videos left to film that anyway.
Oh, gosh. Now, I really enjoyed, surprisingly, because I thought I'd have no interest in sports race cars. It was very exciting.
How intense was the pits?
It was intense.
When a car came into the pit, I thought people were going to die.
Yeah.
Every time.
Like, it
Not
was
even just
insane.
once. There was so many instances
Intercessors.
that happened in the pits.
Oh, many.
One of the first ones was like the car came in, the guy had literally just taken the tyre off, but when he put it behind him, he put it way too far back, and the car hit the tyre and it
Yeah.
like cleaned up the dude.
Oh, my gosh.
And I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And then, obviously, the biggest one.
The biggest one.
Was-
This was insane.
Yeah. No, you tell it.
So they were doing the pit change, and the way the cars work, there's like these two, it's like 4 hydraulic like lifts that come up from underneath the car or push down underneath the car, lift the car up.
Yeah.
And so when the driver gets the signal, those lifts literally just retract instantly,
Yeah.
and the car drives off. Well, they told the car to go, but the guy was still pumping in the fuel.
Mm-hmm.
So then the car started to take off, and the guy was literally had his hand on the pump. And so he tried to reef it out, but it got stuck in the car. So the car's like driving away, stretching out the fuel hose, and the Bowser's like pissing
Yeah.
out fuel
There's a
everywhere.
big tank that flew
It was
towards him.
like, oh my,
He got caught up into the
it,
hose.
it honestly looked like a movie scene
Yeah.
watching it. It was like insane.
Yeah, you felt like Sylvester Stallone.
I
was
thought
like,
someone was about to die. I honestly thought at that point, if a spark happened anywhere,
death.
was going to happen.
Race over.
Like Ryan before the race said to me, "Look, you can't come into the pits because you don't have pants on."
Yeah, fire hazard.
Because I was only wearing shorts.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, fair enough." He goes, "No, seriously, like if you come into the pits, we'll get disqualified. Please don't come into the pits."
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to, but now I know why.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's a fire hazard to not have your fucking pants, your legs covered up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. It was full of but then at the same time I started to get very, I don't want to say addicted, but very into the race tally. Like you're looking at going, oh my god, we just overtook someone. It's exciting. And then everybody else starts cheering.
Yeah, and you're like, what are they cheering
What are we
about?
cheering about? It's like, oh, someone just got a penalty. They got a penalty? What for? You're like, fuck, what's going on?
And we have no idea, so we're
Yeah.
going to these students behind us like,
No.
what did they get a penalty for?
Yeah, there's this girl behind us who looks like she was
She's
12.
like, okay, so what happened here is this
Yeah.
and this and this, and we're like, wow, I'm glad you're all over it.
Yeah.
All over it.
She looked like she was 12, but that was great.
Yeah, and she knew all the
She knew
names.
all the names in the cars, and we're just like, this is so exciting. Ryan got up and he clapped once.
Yeah.
Then
Then
he
we went
got
straight back to his phone.
and then he got up halfway through. Like there's all this stress and everything. Then he gets up, walks over to like a counter, opens up a pizza box, grabs a piece of pizza, goes back over to the tent situation and just starts munging on a pizza. It was great. Everything that you'd hope for. But unfortunately, they missed out on first place.
Well, on the day before, they got first and second. They
I
got
know.
2 cars in the race, and they got first and second.
And Ryan got up halfway through and came over to us and he's like, we're in a really good position here.
Yeah.
Like this is it. And I was like, oh, we're on. This
Yeah.
is it.
Yeah.
So you could sense the disappointment. It sucked almost. Like you kind of just went like,
Yeah.
oh.
Look, to be honest, I'd understand from his perspective. From my perspective, it's like, wow, you got second. That's
Yeah,
still
like, from my
an epic
perspective, I
job.
thought it was one of the
And
most epic things I'd ever
And
seen.
the guy that won, it was his first ever win.
Yeah.
It was the very last race in a Holden car, and there was Ryan's team was Holden cars too.
Yeah.
So he won the very last race of the season, his very first win in a Holden car.
Yeah.
In the Holden state,
And the
right?
way he won as well, because it was
30
the last
laps.
30 laps with Chaz up his butt.
Yep.
Yeah.
He never let up.
Yeah.
The Chaz was right up behind him the whole
Oh.
time. It was like any mistake, the guy was going to get overtaken.
Yeah.
And the guy held it. It was really well done. I felt like, yeah, it sucks that he got second, but I was looking at that guy like, wow, he earned it.
He did.
He grinded that.
He did.
But in saying that, fuck that guy. Ryan's
Yeah.
team should have won.
That's right. Fuck that. Chaz should have been on top. Ryan and Chaz had planned a double shoey. If they'd won, there were no shoeys done.
Yeah, none.
How did you feel about the motor cars? I feel like we better add you into it.
I actually like the pits, like watching the pits, more than the race.
Yeah, why?
How it changed the tires pretty
Those
fast.
tires will change motherfucking
8
fast.
seconds.
Yeah. It was insane.
They
It was like, grr, tire off, tire on. Grr.
It's literally that quick.
I wish my tires were easier to change. I've changed a tire in the middle of the freeway before, and there is not just one thing that you undo. It's like 10 things.
Yep. 8 seconds, a full tyre change.
Yeah.
If for some reason the brakes were to go, 22 seconds, they can get the full brake assembly changed.
But it's almost like the pit stops are just as exciting, and like if they go
More
fast,
exciting.
like they'll win. Like this is they're the fastest pit stop crew. It's like, oh my god, it felt like
It felt like the pits made the game, like
Yeah.
made the race.
How are we doing for time? I don't know.
Like when you see him come into the pits, that was the biggest shake-up of the leaderboard every single time.
Bless you.
It's only 16 minutes. Calm down.
Yeah, you're
I'm just
you're
so-
too excited.
I'm just so boring.
So Adelaide 500, that was all done and dusted.
It was all done and dusted, but we actually went out. There was burnouts. There were people storming. Look, there was a whole bunch.
There was so
more.
much cool stuff we got to do.
There was so much cool
If
stuff.
you didn't see my Instagram, well, for starters, you should be following Michael and me on Instagram. But
Yeah.
I'm not going to share it anywhere else because I don't
No,
know how to get it back.
I've got a bunch of behind the scene videos for the Patreon.
There you go.
So if you want to see more,
Where's my bag? Oh, there.
your fanny pack is just on top of the camera bag.
Am I allowed to stand up?
If you want to.
This is illegal. I need some calf drops.
You're going to be interrupting the
Oh.
whole podcast. Go on.
He
No,
was
go
he
on,
was standing
please.
up. That's
Please,
not my
you're our
fault.
guest. Do what you need to do.
Yeah,
What
thank
I'm
you.
excited about is this camera angle here. Anyway,
Yeah, that's filming my
Crotch cam.
bulge basically non-stop.
what else have we done? So basically, we were supposed to go see the Killers after that, but we were so tired.
We went home and watched Lord of the Rings.
Not even.
We got up to the battle at Helm's Deep, and I watched it the next
I went
day.
to bed before then. It was the part where Aragorn had fallen off the side, and the orcs like he took a tumble off a cliff.
Yep.
And that's what we got up to. And then I went to bed.
I watched the rest of it the other night.
Did you? Was it good?
Yeah.
Do you know what we watched? I think I told you what we watched.
What you watch?
The
Best
Shark
movie.
Side of the Moon.
Yeah.
Now let me give you the story. It's about hybrid sharks made by USSR Russians back in.
Just the USSR Russians, not the other USSR.
Look,
Germans?
I just read USSR and I just assumed it was Russian. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is obviously
USSR is Russia.
yes. So this was like many years ago, and then the hybrid sharks escaped, and so these two Russian scientists lured them onto a spaceship, and this is all in the space of 5 minutes, and flew them to the moon. Then it goes to like 50 years later, an American.
Why are they on the moon and how are they surviving there?
Wait for it.
Okay.
So, the 50 years later, an American team are going to the moon to run a survey, and they crash land on the moon, and they're set upon by these hybrid sharks. Except they're saved by a Russian scientist and a girl who was his daughter, who is also a shark.
And I'm pretty sure you fucked a shark for that.
I'm pretty sure he fucked a shark.
So his daughter was a shark.
Yeah.
And her
Was
name
she like
was
half human, half shark?
and her name was
Like,
Shark
she was.
And her name was Shark in German or
in,
Russian?
in Russian.
In Russian. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen. It was so bad you can't stop watching.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm really intrigued now.
You have to watch it. This is not an advertisement for Tubi, the streaming service.
Is that illegal or is it legal?
No, it's legal. Tubi's like a free streaming service.
Right.
But there are some incredibly good, bad, D,
The
C
shark
grade
side
films.
of the moon.
And there are other movies there. I'm so excited for Piranha Women. That it looks like epic proportions. So I'm going to do some,
You know how we tell our wives we've got to go to the farm
yeah,
to do work?
yeah.
We've got to go to the office to do work.
I feel like we need to watch some of those.
Yeah.
They are,
You know what I want to do?
yeah.
And you're welcome, of course. I want to bring out the mattress in front of the TV.
Yeah. And have a marathon of something.
And we'll just watch all these shitty movies
Yeah.
and just sleep on the mattress.
But you have to understand that these shitty movies are so the script is so shit that you can tell that the actors, whilst they're acting them, are not into it either. They're just like, I'm just saying my lines so I can get paid whatever I'm getting my $200 for the day and go home. That's how good the acting is.
Really? I thought they'd try so they can get a better movie.
Nope.
Similar to our channel, basically.
Yeah, similar to our channel. Wow. Do you know what I like about this podcast, Paul?
Yep.
Is that we are in the real environment.
I know.
We are in the environment of people. Anything could happen.
Anything. I love it.
I love it.
And you know what also makes me happy?
What?
is the fact that how many people stop to look at us.
Oh, I haven't been watching.
I have. It's
Have
been
you?
really good. I'm actually really excited for Europe
So am I.
because we are going to literally pick a day and time of the week.
Yes.
And no matter where we are going to film
Yes.
there.
Yes, we are.
If it could be our apartment where we're staying the night, it could be
Public toilet.
literally the side of the road. It could be in the middle of bloody the Vatican.
Liechtenstein.
Yeah, it could be in Liechtenstein.
Is Liechtenstein a place?
Is that in that night sale?
Yeah. That's right, it is. Oh my gosh.
Eric von Liechtenstein.
Yeah, it is too.
Yeah. Anyway.
Great movie. That's another movie I feel like watching.
Yeah, I've seen it like a lot.
I have not seen it in a long time.
Yeah. It's called The Lance. Hello.
Moving on.
But we'll have a new podcast for that trip.
We will. Now, after the Adelaide 500 and the Killers... that
So
we
wait,
didn't
let me pause for a sec.
Pausing.
This podcast will be going out and start of next week.
Who's editing it?
I don't know. When's the next podcast going out?
You're the boss.
Are we doing bi-weekly?
I don't know. Let's put this out on next week, right?
Well, technically, if we're doing it bi-weekly, it's the week after.
Really? Did
Yeah.
one just go out?
Yeah.
You ever made a China sticker
One
on
came
your
out
German hat?
one came out on Monday.
Okay, let's go the next week
It's the
then.
week after.
Which means it's pretty much the last podcast.
Technically, yeah, this is.
And then we'll have the new podcast starting.
Yeah, we will. And that'll be on a new channel.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll get towards that at the end.
Yeah.
That's our hook.
Our hook.
To keep people around longer.
Do you think people stuck around this long?
Yes.
We haven't even given them the intro yet. Absolute professionalism.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one and only
2,
Neighbours
3,
Podcast.
4.
It's a Neighbours Podcast. 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 It's a neighbor podcast.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Come on, you
Podcast.
I
It's a
for-
Neighbours.
I just freeze it anyway.
Podcast.
You just what?
I just cut it and freeze it.
You cut out the freezer.
And
Yeah.
he freezes us.
Oh,
Yeah.
why does nobody ever let us dance?
I know.
I wish
Yeah,
people let us
stupid.
dance.
Let's dance a little bit.
You have to dance for like a solid minute then. Because
it's a shitty
because
intro, innit?
yeah,
It's
true.
a shitty intro.
It's like very
No,
long.
actually, I like the intro.
It's
I
like-
love the intro.
All right, let's now that's done. Let's for the cut
Can you fit this in your mouth?
probably. You put it in your mouth.
My mouth is very small.
Is that what we're leading this into? You put it in your mouth. Clapping.
Holy fucking shit.
Clapping.
It kind of compresses, so you can fit it in your mouth.
Yeah, it's it's wet now.
Right, so Paul, big things happened on the Monday.
Yes, we got our gamer house.
We got the gamer house.
We have an official
People
gamer
are
house.
excited about the gamer house.
I'm excited for the
Have
gamer
you
house.
noticed the excitement around gamer house?
Yes.
People are into it.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
did
a
social
TikTok
media posts.
house.
That's why.
It's like a what?
A TikTok house, just with one gamer instead of like 10 TikTokers.
Yes. It is.
I have been noticeably louder on stream.
Has it been good? Have you
Yes.
had any issues with the neighbours?
No, not yet. It's only made 5 in the morning when I'm screaming too. So, listen, they're old.
No, they are old. So, but no, and have you enjoyed it?
Yes.
You know what I'm excited for? And especially my wife is excited that I have my own space and an office.
You have an office
Yes.
that you're not going to get to use.
I'll use it maybe 2-3 times a week. Sometimes
Sure.
4. Stuff it if I don't feel like hanging out with the wife and kids, I'll use it 5 times a week.
But yeah, we have a gamer house. We moved in on Monday.
Yeah.
You know the most annoying thing about the whole move?
What?
The previous owners took the internet.
They did take the internet, and that almost caused a very large issue.
Yeah.
So luckily it got sorted.
Yeah. I pulled "Do you know who I am?" card.
Did you?
Close to
To whom?
the real estate agent.
Did you?
Yeah, I said I'm losing thousands of dollars a day if I don't have the internet.
Yeah.
So I run an IT company and I lose thousands
You
of dollars.
run a IT company.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So you were lying.
Well, I would have said an entertainment company.
No,
but I would have said I'm an online
but
male entertainer.
But an entertainment company, you could run off of mobile data.
I'm an online male entertainer. Would have sold it for me.
I said, listen, I run an IT company. I know they didn't deliberately take it. It was I'm confident it was by accident. They don't realise that they're locked to a house. But so what it is there's a little box that connects up to the actual internet line.
Yeah.
And they're serial coded to the house and to that line. So if you take it, the person that moves in there can't have the internet until they get it replaced. And the people that took it, they can't do anything with it because they can't just plug it in somewhere else.
No.
So it was a bit of a headache, but we got it sorted. Now we have internet. 1,000 down, 50 up.
That's right. How exciting. 1,000 down, 50 up, which means if I have to upload anything, I have to drive to your other house to upload it.
Yep.
How exciting.
Yeah.
I love my job. Now, David, how did you feel being made the slave of the house for,
The gamer house.
was
two-
amazing.
2
Washing
days.
the dishes,
You know who it
unpacking.
reminds me of? Sorry to interrupt. Continue.
you know, washing
Yeah,
the
you can
dishes?
interrupt. I'm
You
getting
know-
paid for it.
You know, is it Mr. Garrison? And he has his slave
No, I don't.
in South Park?
I didn't watch South Park growing up. You know this.
Okay, I think it was Mr. Garrison had a slave.
Yeah. Oh, I see. That's the slave of Mr. Garrison.
How nice.
Well, we didn't really give you the most dignifying jobs, did we?
Yeah.
Kitchen.
Build the bed, wash
Build
the
the bed.
dishes.
You
Well,
sorted cardboard.
Yeah. Bring out the trash, basically.
Yep. How does it feel?
Do the cable management.
Cable management?
Do the
Set up
PC
my
shit.
computer? Yep. No?
To be honest, it's fine.
What were you doing?
Well, he was procrastinating like a motherfucker. He
No, I
kept
did a
walking
lot.
around being like, I don't want to do this.
I did a lot.
You did do a lot. But you were still procrastinating with not having to set up your computer.
No, I was limited by certain things.
Yes,
We had to film
we did.
for the new computer that I got.
Yes. But you still weren't excited to set up computers. Just
No,
'cause
and
there's a lot of
I'm
work.
still not. I've already set it up, and I still am not excited about setting it up.
Yeah, because setting up computers takes
You
a lot of
haven't
work.
seen what I've done.
I've seen what you've
No,
done.
you haven't.
What else have you done? What? You put the other monitor in the kitchen?
The whole kitchen set up.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, but it's clean. It's actually fully clean, set up, good to go.
Well done.
My desk is nearly entirely done. I need to move some monitors. I'm not happy with them.
No, I'm bringing some monitors. I'm probably bringing 2 monitors.
Nice.
I don't
I
know
probably
what
need
for.
one. We need one more for yours, and we need
Yeah.
one for the admin desk.
So we can use which one of those 2, and then I'm bringing a desk so my wife can get rid of my desk. So I made a comment at the end of the last podcast about my wife.
Yeah.
I showed it to her, and she kind of went, "No, I get it. It's true."
What did you call her?
No, it was like you said, you like your bang for buck. It's not always the best, but it takes you like it's best for the value of money. And I was like, I did the same thing with Kira. She wasn't the best, but she would last the longest. And you said, has she really lasted the longest though? And I was like, yeah, her body's breaking down at the age of 37. She kind of went, yeah, that's true. Everybody was like, I'll help you bury the body if she watches this. Like, yeah.
You're gonna kill your wife now.
No, she was going to kill me. They were saying that if you watch this, I'll help you bury Micheal. So, anyway, Gamer House, I'm very excited.
So write in the comments who you want to bury.
We've had some great topics
We have.
when we ask in the comments. Most of them have been like, do you like the bulge?
No, write in the comments who you would like to bury, and if we come and past in Europe, we'll help bury him.
Speaking of the bulge, how great are these flaps?
Flaps are great. See, like now you can see my cock outline.
Yeah.
Now you can't.
No, you can't.
David? See
Cock
it?
everywhere.
Cock.
Look at this cock. How do you say cock in German?
Schwanz.
Schlunge. Really? It's schlunge.
Schwanz.
Schlunge.
Holly Schlavlanz.
Is that like schlong? But
Yeah,
like
basically.
Schlavlanz.
schlunge.
Look at your Schlavlanz.
What?
Look at this Baumeister.
Schwanz.
Schwanz.
Baumeister.
Exactly.
Baumeister.
We've been really learning a lot of German over
We have
this
been learning
trip.
lots of
It's been
German
great.
this trip.
Uh,
I love that Bob the Builder is Bob the
me.
Baumeister.
Bob
The
the
Baumeister.
Baumeister. Can he fix it?
Kunschas Vlachschnuss. Bob the Baumeister. Nine.
Ling nine.
Gunslinger? What?
Gunslingers, yeah.
Gunslingers.
Oh,
I mean, you don't have to include me. I can just like sit here and show
no.
nature.
Have you enjoyed the Australian people?
Yeah, we're like pretty much all of them are nice.
Who hasn't been
What?
nice?
You. I'm j-
Ooh.
This is
Fine.
the attitude I
nice.
get back.
Yeah.
You're nice.
I come and pick you up from
It's
the
way,
airport.
way too nice.
I get you a nice bedroom to sleep in. I even like take you out for dinner multiple times.
Yep.
I
Nah.
give you any food and drink you want.
He said his
Thank you
favorite
very much.
food was with me. I took him out for sushi.
Yeah, it was really good.
Which one?
The best Australian
Sushi
food
train
was
in no
Asian.
longer.
We went to Sushi Train.
Yeah.
You take those vouchers.
No, not that's a different sushi train.
You know, I use those vouchers. A different one.
If it's a different company, you can't take them to.
No, you
another
said
company.
Sushi Train.
Isn't that sushi train?
We went to Sushi Train.
Oh, well, I went to the one that's the same as Tea Tree Plaza, but in Noarlunga.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, way too nice. Like, I prefer the silent German sitting in the supermarket, saying nothing except hello.
Do you
bye.
not like that our supermarket people say hello to you?
They're like, hey, how's your day going?
Yeah.
Day going? Whatever. Like, what else? We just talk and talk and talk. Where all of them are pretty nice.
Your beautiful fiance.
Yes.
I'm not going to say her name.
Yes.
Vanexa. Do you guys communicate with words?
No. We just breathe.
Wow.
Telepathy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like smart people.
Yes. I just remembered all these things that I'm not supposed to say, which I'm not going to say. All right. No, not those things.
So we got the gamer house,
We got the gamer house. I'm very excited.
and then you took him away.
I did. I took him back to my house for 2 days. Well, a day and 2 nights. He met my son. He talks a lot.
The opposite of me.
Actually, I gave him a little bit of wine, and he talks more than my son.
Wow. Just to your son.
No, to me.
Wow.
He was just talking. And he was getting all close to me. It was great. Then I gave him another glass of wine.
No
And
wine,
he fell
please.
asleep.
He slept for 11 hours.
Twice.
Twice, 2 nights in a row.
That's the minimum amount I need.
Yeah. So, yes.
Are you coming to work with me tomorrow? Work with Daddy?
Yeah.
I thought I shouldn't call you that.
Not in person.
But on a podcast, you can call him Daddy.
Okay.
It's fine.
So in public, it's fine, but not in private.
No, in private, that would be a HR issue.
I see.
Yeah. So,
Nah, you can sleep in. I'll come pick you up. Or Christina will drop you off.
yes.
Yes.
As long as we get the things done.
Yep.
Yes. By the time this comes out, we would have already done or be halfway through certain things.
Sure.
Do we say what it is?
Well, hopefully the wipe will happen by then.
Yeah, and we will be doing a
Subathon.
subathon
Yes.
in the streamer house, in
Yes.
the gamer house,
Gamer house.
with Daddy Toast.
Daddy Toast.
Yes, I'm excited to meet him.
He gave me a shopping list.
What type of shopping list? What was on it?
Food, alcohol.
Anything kinky or weird?
He asked for 2 bottles of actual spirits.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like gin and something else.
Really?
And then he wanted a 6-pack of beer and a 6-pack of alcohol-free beer. It was like $150 worth of alcohol he wants.
Daddy Toast. What's
Yeah.
going on? What's with the alcohol free
It's only
beer?
a week.
It's a lot to get through, though. Like, you are very taxing. I get it.
He does 6 hours a day.
Doesn't matter. It's, in a house with you.
Fine.
Fine. Are you going to sleep in the house with him?
I'll sleep in the house, not with him.
I'll sleep with him. It's fine.
Okay. Feel free.
Well, you and I might be able to share a room together.
Yeah, we will be.
Yeah. I'll be on the trundle mattress.
No, I might go in the other room.
So me and Toast will be on the...
But no, to be honest, I'll be sleeping when you guys are awake,
Yeah, it's true.
so it doesn't bother me.
Yeah. Do we need to have a camera set up on your bed?
No.
Not
No,
doing-
we're not doing bed camera anymore.
Not doing bed camera? Why?
We don't need it. I think the stream can hold.
Nice.
I'm confident the stream can hold.
Nice.
With Daddy Toast at the reins.
Yep. That's right. Me in the background cooking your delicious dinners.
Yes. If it doesn't hold, I'm blaming you and Toast.
Why would...
Because I only fail when I'm not there.
But I'm not on the stream. So it'd be Toast's fault.
You'll be on the stream
Cooking.
and talking.
Yes. No. What else has happened, Paul? A lot has happened.
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
We're a bit cold.
The days are a blur.
They are a blur.
We've been going so hard, training up for a marathon.
Yeah,
with our
we had our
fitness
fitness
testing.
test. Oh my gosh.
Oh, so unfit. I've been losing weight and I still feel so unfit.
I was very disheartened that day, and I know you've not told me, but I thought I'd just share it with the podcast people. So I'd been running for about 4 weeks prior, just doing slow running and like getting up to a pace. I got up to 22 kilometers under 3 hours, so like 2 hours and 40 minutes or something like that. And I was super proud of myself. I was like, that's a massive achievement for me. And then we did the fitness test, which was more like high intensity and short bursts. I could hardly keep up. Like, he basically looked at me and it says, like, you're an old German man.
He didn't say German.
well,
He said you're an old
You're an old Italian man who needs
to
help
exercise more.
to do exercise and probably cut out some of the cannolis. Like, come on.
Hey, not the
Hey,
cannoli.
Not the cannolis. Yeah, man. Yeah. No, it's the salad.
Yeah, and he said I need to do some long, slow runs.
Yeah. So I got
He goes,
the...
you're good with your strength.
Yeah,
best,
he's
mate.
like,
You're
you've got
fucking-"
no cardio, and Michael, you've got no strength. And I'm just like, yes. There you go. Meanwhile, Jared, did you look at Jared's
Scores? Yeah, not impressed.
No? What were you expecting?
Better.
What were you expecting for his beep test?
Over 10.
He got 9.8.
Yeah. Weak.
He probably wasn't even trying. He was like, I probably shouldn't try too hard.
Probably don't want to
He
make
probably looked at
You know,
ours.
you know what he's probably done? He's gone, look, I need to make it look like I've improved over the 8 weeks.
Yeah.
9 weeks.
Yeah.
So I reckon he'll get like an 11 on the
Yeah.
next one and like a 13 on the one after.
I didn't feel so bad. Decky did less than us in the beep test, but he smashed the Harvard step
Yeah,
test.
did he fuck that test?
What do you mean?
He did all 5 minutes.
Yeah, so did Jared.
No, he only did 4.
He did 4 minutes, like 4 minutes and like 3 seconds less than 5 minutes.
No,
Look
I
at
don't
it
think
again.
so.
Look at it again.
I have to.
It was like 3.
If I was 4 seconds short of 5 minutes, I would make sure I finished it.
No, it's like the honesty thing.
No, you finish it. That's a mental thing there. There is no way he didn't have enough energy to do like 3 more steps. Think about that.
Maybe he's trying to
If
have
he's
room
4
for
seconds
improvement
short.
for the next one. So the next one will be like 2 seconds less.
If you're 4 seconds short,
Yeah. All right, well, let's bring him up on it. We'll be like, hey, mate, that's bullshit.
we're meeting him soon. I booked the flights today.
What flights? Oh, for Indonesia?
Indonesia.
How exciting.
Yeah.
You know, we can't have sex together there because we're not married.
No, we can't even stay in the same accommodation because we're not
Yeah.
married.
Wow.
Yeah, so you're not allowed to live together if you're not married.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
So can you and I still be in the same room?
Yes,
together?
because we're not dating and we're not of the opposite sex.
Okay.
Without
But-
getting into the like ins and outs of Indonesia, 86% of the population is Muslim.
Yeah.
And it's got a very high influence over the country. Now, I'm not like saying that a lot of Muslims are like this, but from my experience of living over there for a long period of time, is as the younger generation is growing up very Western.
Yeah.
And so we kind of referred, like with my friends over there, it was a bit of a joke, it's like a bit of a part-time Muslim kind of approach.
Yeah.
So it was like, you know, they still believe in it, they still follow the faith, but they kind of don't follow a lot of the actual older traditions.
Yeah.
And I think what's been happening is the older generation, and we've seen it in our politics as well,
Yeah.
where the older generation's like, no, we must hold on to these certain values and traditions.
Yeah.
So now they're making them law.
Wow.
So, and to be honest, it was kind of going down that path in Australia recently as well.
Well, it's not at the moment.
It's not now that we got rid of that idiot, but
Which idiot do you speak of?
the one that held every single job in Parliament.
Oh, that one. Oh, that the 5 jobber.
Yeah.
But it wasn't his job.
David's sitting there like, I got no idea. We had a prime minister who under wraps, behind closed doors, just put him in the head position he put himself in the head position of 5 seats in Parliament. So he was like the leader of like environment, like the leader of
Women, most likely.
like literally everything. Like anything that he wanted to make laws on, he would just like
Yeah. That he wanted to clear.
and to send money to.
Sounds legit.
No, it
too
was
legit to
dodgy as
quit.
fuck.
And now he's been
What's the joke?
censured?
I don't know. I think they booted him out of government. Like, even though he got re-elected for his seat, I think they're booting him out.
I hope so. Because he's a bit of a...
That is corruption. That is 100% corruption.
Yes. And I'm actually...
Like, I
really-
don't care about his values and all the other shit.
Yeah.
Like, we shouldn't have those kind of things in
Well, aren't
politics.
the government now putting in anti-corruption things now?
I believe so. They're making it illegal to do that.
Yeah. And I'm enjoying that.
Yeah. It's just a
Ooh.
weird thing.
Sorry, are we boring you during our
Yeah, a
podcast?
bit. Like,
No, I'm a bit like that. We've had a lot of food and alcohol.
We have. Should we go get one more schnapps?
Schnaps.
it tastes actually good.
Where were we with all this? So yeah, in Indonesia,
Yeah.
I kind of feel like they're going down that path of like the older generations trying to enforce older traditions.
Do you think there's
by
going to be a
law.
kickback though? Like
Yeah.
people are going to, well, first of all, businesses and people aren't going to go to Bali anymore.
I can't see it being enforced on tourists.
But I thought it was even
So
tourism.
I'm gonna probably get it wrong, but Bali is primarily not Muslim. It's Hindu or Buddhism. I think it's Hindu.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it wrong, but they're slightly different, like the majority.
Yeah.
And so I think it'd be interesting for them to try and enforce it there, compared to the rest of, like
Yeah.
particularly Java.
Well,
or-
are we going to all those places?
We're going to Bali and we're
Yeah.
going to Java.
Okay.
So Java is where the capital is.
Well,
I'd
just as
love
long
to take
as
you guys to
you
the
and I can
capital,
have
but
sex, it's fine.
we're not having sex.
Why
I'm
not?
married.
But we are married.
Yeah,
It's fine.
not together.
You're not wearing your ring.
Honestly, I lost it for over a year,
Yeah.
and I found it and I haven't worn it since.
Okay. Question.
Yep.
Does that mean you feel that religion should be in politics?
No, I don't think religion should be in politics at all.
You heard it here today. I agree.
And I'm not trying to be like political about it
No.
at all, but I just feel like politics is and government and how we run our world, it should be. This has gone very down into the deep side of things.
Well, this is probably the first time we've ever done it.
But to be honest, I think it just needs to be that we should just think about what's the best for the majority of people,
Yes.
and that should be by the public vote,
Yes.
not by a belief of a certain group of people.
Yes. Which may alienate other groups of people.
Yeah, but
Pretty interesting.
that's my opinion, and that's why we
He's
have.
about to speak. Let him speak. What's interesting?
I said pretty interesting.
Yeah.
From like meet our German editor to corruption all over the road.
Okay, I got a serious question. In Germany, there's a lot of American soldiers based. Yes.
Yes.
What is the
Back in
feeling
the
on that?
days. I don't know.
And British soldiers too.
I mean, we have like a shit ton of barracks.
So you're saying there
Back
are
from the
American
base.
soldiers and British soldiers that are
Posted.
serving there, posted there? Why?
They've got like big bases.
Yeah, like huge
So
barracks.
a lot
Are
of
German bases or
So you know how like I get posted from like Darwin to Adelaide,
Yeah,
Adelaide
yeah,
to
yeah.
Sydney, all that kind of shit. Well, their posting is like, oh, you've got 2-year posting to Germany, but it's like not just 1 or 2 people, it's like 3,000 people.
Yeah. Okay. Why would that be an issue for him?
I don't know.
It's just a foreign nation with their
It's
massive
like-
amounts of soldiers in your own country. It feels weird.
Okay.
It feels like they still don't have the right to their own country.
Hmm.
Obviously, it's a flow-on effect from World War II.
Yeah.
So just in case, what
20 minutes?
All right. So let's spend the last few minutes. This is probably going to be our very last Neighbours podcast.
Yeah.
And the reason before that is we're starting a new podcast.
Yes.
And it wasn't... The Neighbours podcast was like, hey, Michael and I always talk shit. Why don't we just record it and see
No,
if
the
people
Neighbours
enjoy it?
podcast was started by you saying one day we're doing podcasts. And I was like, when? Today.
No, I said we already talk shit.
Yes.
Why don't we just record it and make it into a podcast?
All right.
And we did it for a bit of fun.
And the response has been overwhelming.
It's been really good.
It has been good.
5 million comments.
But we want to make it better.
Yeah.
A lot better.
Yeah.
Up the production value, have actual planned topics, not
Yeah.
just talk about our lives.
No? See,
Um,
we already touched on some trending topics.
Well, not really stressing about politics,
Not
but
politics, but that's a trending topic at
So-
the moment.
I'll touch on what the actual new podcast is going to be.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the name yet, just in case we
Wormtod.
Vormtod.
Wormtod.
Wormtod.
that sounds like
Anyway, so
Wormtod.
that's German. Anyway,
it isn't.
Schneasel.
the idea of
It's
the
supposed to
podcast
be.
is we're actually going to have it very much based around living life how we want, in a way of like doing the experiences in life that we want to before we die.
Yeah.
It's not really bucket list focused. It's more about embracing life that we have.
Yeah, it's not always, I think, like you said, just getting the most out of your experience in life.
And so that's also going to include plenty of guests. I've got a list of guests already in my head that I want to
Yep.
invite.
We should write that down on a piece of paper.
And
Me, of course.
Also,
You?
you'll be getting to experience our things that we want to do, in our life during the Europe trip.
Correct.
Being the fact that we're going to Europe next year for about 4.5 months in total. We'll be overseas,
Yes.
and so we're going to film podcasts over there weekly.
Yeah.
So it's literally going to be a certain day, certain time, no matter where we are. That's where we film. I like the idea of a Thursday because I like the Thursday meme in my life, but it could be like a Thursday 4 p.m. wherever we are.
Yeah.
If we're still driving to our next location, we pull over.
Yeah.
If we're in our next location, we just set up a couple of cameras and we record like we are right now.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like why we're doing it like this right now.
We've been doing a lot of stuff in preparation for Europe.
And experimenting with stuff,
Yeah. And each other.
What?
Hello.
So, sexual harassment.
Panda.
You slap my butt all the time.
I slap your butt all the
Yeah,
time.
both of you. Not
I've
not
never
stuff.
touched
I have
you in
never
an
touched you.
inappropriate way.
How dare
Yeah.
you speak of us in such a derogatory term?
Please help me.
But this is next year. The whole 2023 is a big passion project for Michael and I.
Yeah.
It's not just
Honestly, it's a proof of concept that we hope it.
no. It's a passion project, and if it's successful, sweet. If it's not, I don't give a fuck because we've at least done something we're passionate about.
Yeah.
The whole of this year's IRL content, and thank you very much for supporting all that. The whole of this year's IRL content was based around experimenting with what worked and what didn't.
Yeah.
Learning our own skills and camera skills and how
Yeah.
people perceive us. And this Patreon that you guys are already supporting, if you are, will directly get translated to the new Patreon.
Yep.
So if you want to continue to support us, thank you so much. You are going to get a lot of content next year.
Yes, we're going to be doing daily vlogs.
So the idea is that every one of us, there's 4 of us going to... One of the cameras just stopped. So each one of us will have Patreon installed on our phone, and we are going to all submit daily vlogs that are 30 seconds to 1 minute in length. And it doesn't matter where we are during that day, you have to film one. So the idea is I'm going to make it a rule that you can't record anywhere that you recorded in the last 7 days. So, for example, one might be on top of a mountain. One might be you on the toilet. One might be in a car. One might be making dinner. It's just... So then that way, every day, you're going to get 4 different 30-second to 1 minute short clips from us talking about our experience.
And we're hoping they're very raw and open and honest as well.
It's going to be very... Some might go over 30 seconds to a minute. It's up to them, but that's the baseline.
Yeah.
But then also all the behind-the-scenes stuff that doesn't make the YouTube content we're making. We're starting a new YouTube channel.
Yes.
And that is going to be about everything I just spoke about, making the most of it out of the time we have on this planet and enjoying life to the fullest.
Yeah.
And sharing the stories of not just us, like Micheal and I, but Sturdecky, Jared,
and people we meet
along the way.
Yeah.
So thank you for listening to the Neighbours podcast over the last...
It's been a journey,
14
hasn't
episodes.
It's been a journey.
It was weekly for the most of it. So, the last 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
And,
We've grown, haven't we? We were but young butterflies.
I think we've become more hardy.
More hearty.
What
does that mean? Are you saying something about my weight again?
No, just more like you say shit and it doesn't cut as deep anymore.
Is that what you mean by more hardy? We went from the first podcast about talking about how many
Don't actually
donuts
get
you fit
on
on your
penis.
dick to corruption in the government. I feel like we've grown and
Yeah,
matured.
we really spoke about deep shit this one,
We did. I haven't
Deep
insulted.
shit with David.
I haven't insulted
I
my
didn't
wife
say
once.
anything like.
He insulted my wife.
Yeah.
Was nice.
She said
He
she's a ugly old hag, not his type.
Pretty much in German, yes.
Yeah.
In
So-
German.
He was saying, I don't know why you were saying it, but you were like, "Oh, you look nice," and he's like, "Oh, not in an attractive way." This is your voice, by the way.
Yeah, of course, no.
And I was like, and he's like, "No, in a friendly way." And I was like, "Wow, so she's ugly." So yeah, my wife's friendly.
I mean,
but
she looks good.
ugly.
terribly to
So-
look at. She fell from the ugly tree and hit every stick on the way.
I don't insult her. She looks good and she's nice.
She looks good and she's nice. I like that. That's very efficient.
Yeah, same as my wording. So I speak like one sentence for the entire podcast.
No.
Should be enough.
And we've been invited to his wedding.
Oh, finally.
No, we
Really?
haven't.
We haven't?
No, but we're going to go to his wedding.
Yeah. Okay. So he said he's not inviting us to his wedding, but we're going to rock up anyway.
No, Neighbours podcast. We thank everyone for watching.
Yes.
Thank you to all our guests. Our guests were Boomer, Kiki, and David.
The most interesting one is obviously me. I talk so much.
No, I think Kiki was.
Kiki was.
She's talking about having cum in her vagina and someone sucking it out.
But it was
That
somebody
was,
else's.
that
Somebody
was
else's
ironic.
cum.
That was ironic.
Okay, so there was a situation. So
Yeah, I
one
I
man-
was editing Kiki's.
one man puts the
I
cum
was
in.
editing Kiki's.
A
Another
separate
man
man sucks
sucked
the
it
cum
out.
of that man out of that person's
That
vagina.
I have to censor this. You're making
No,
my
you
work.
can't censor any of that. This is the last one. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So-
like, okay, true. If that's
When
okay.
we actually do start up the new channels, which should be fairly soon,
Yes.
we'll have the links in the description for
Have you
that.
spoken to the designer yet?
No, Mike, when have I had time?
Right now.
And yeah, so we'll make sure we have that stuff for you.
We should just thank them. Let's just thank them.
And thank you.
Thank you. For
Subscribe, like, comment. Go back to the
comment.
first one. I'll still keep saying 10,000 comments and
They have
Thank you.
to go to an old channel to
Yeah.
the first video.
watch the
I'm
gaming
gonna do it on
content.
stream.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go on stream and try and get it up
During
to
the
10,000.
subathon.
Maybe do it during drops. Last
Yeah.
time I had drops, I had 200,000 people, so it's a pretty good chance I can get 10,000 of them to write a comment.
So I bleach everything blonde.
Yep.
All right. This has been an absolute pleasure to have you guys watch the Neighbours podcast.
Yes, and we'll be back with our new podcast.
Yes.
Maybe even
Vorntod.
maybe even a third person will be in the podcast with us.
We keep saying that, but it seems less and less likely.
Have
No,
me,
I might even just fly Jared over for the first one.
Yeah, do that. That'd be lovely.
have me just sitting in the background doing nothing.
Why don't we
Okay.
film the first one in Indonesia?
Yes.
And lastly, guys,
We're kind of timeless.
Let's
We'll
trek
see you
straight
next
into
time.
it.
No, we're kind of timeless. I'm sorry, we're not going to finish on the pestily phrase. We're going to do the phrase that we did during the Neighbours podcast. We're kind of timeless. See, this is why we can't work together.
Okay, bye bye.
GPB.